What up, world? It's your boy Big Seven. I am back with another one. I hope everybody out there still doing the shadow work. Guys, it has been a lovely past, I want to say three days to a week. The channel has grown tremendously, and it's all because of you guys. I'm so thankful. I am trying to get to 3,000, but why stop there? I don't want to just get to 3,000, guys. I want to get to millions. I'm trying to get to millions. 3,000 right now is just the goal for the moment. But I'm trying to reach the world. I want us to grow and expand as much as we can. So once we get past 3,000, guys, don't stop there. Send everybody that you can who needs the videos, who may want to watch, that may help you get to where you feel it may help you get to. I might have something in a video that may give you some info to get you to the next step that you didn't think it would. But like I said, when we get to 3,000, I do want to try to give away a gift. So it's coming up. Very thankful for the help, guys. Thank you for sending people. Thank you for continuously helping me and loving on me like I love on you guys. I wanna grow to a point where I can get this counseling up. Like I said, I want to start my counseling business and help people to break out of these trauma bonded situations that keep them in bondage and keep them tied to a person that doesn't have their best interests at heart, and tied to narcissistic people that don't want to love them the right way, the correct way. And just, people in general that just want control for no reason and just want to dominate. I'm trying to help the world get out of these type of situations. I've witnessed them. Not only have I witnessed them, I experienced them. So I have firsthand experience, and that gives me a look into what people have been through, because I've been through it as well. Guys, continue to like, comment, and subscribe on the page. Interact with your boy. I love to see people's comments. I love to see that you've liked the channel. I love to see whatever interaction you got. There was a few comments on there that kind of caught my eye. I'm not after nobody. So people, if you guys are commenting, trying to send me threats or send anything to me, I'm only doing God's work. I'm not after anybody. So you're not threatening me. You're threatening God. And God handles it in a way different way. So you will be dealt with when my God gets to you by sending those type of comments or trying to threaten my life or threaten my kid's life or anybody's life for practically no reason. I'm not doing nothing. And when I'm not on here, I'm pretty much quiet as a church mouse. But this is my love. My first love is to help people. And that's what I'll continue to do regardless of what devil comes up against me. I don't care. So anybody in the comments spitting noise, you will be deleted. You will be blocked. And God will deal with you accordingly. Without further ado, let's get to it. Guys, the people that came up against you planned your destruction. They planned to destroy you while God planned your ascension, your growth. It was basically a push and pull because they prayed for you. See, the problem they came up against was they prayed for you. They asked the Lord for you. They asked God to send them someone that can come in and love them the right way. So God heard the cry because in their past, they've been through a couple of things. So they wanted a change in their life. So the Lord sent you in. Little did they know how blessed, how amazing you were. They didn't know you were an earth angel. And some of you guys didn't know you were earth angels either. You came in this situation to do what God had put you in this situation to do. Love the right way, be there for a person who felt like they needed someone behind them, needed the support, the love, the care to grow. And that's what you plan to do, help people grow. The problem with this was they had never experienced love like you before. It was something that was new to them. They've experienced so much turmoil in their life that they were used to the turmoil. Life was turmoil for them. Push and pull, love and hate, back and forth, angry. Anger was just part of what their life was. They thought it was just who they are. The problem with that is, if it was just who they are, why would they pray for a change? See, no one prays for a change if things are good. If things are supposed to be this way, no one prays for a change. So something in them told them that, hey, this is not living. This is not how life should be. So they prayed for you. When you came in, you had such a pure heart. You didn't even understand it yourself. You wanted love. You wanted somebody that was going to treat you right. And God paired you guys together because God knew you were going to treat people right. You already was a person who treated people right, who loved the right way. The problem with you were a little bit too gullible for the average person. You needed a little bit of strength to put to you. So God paired you with this person because he knew that this person can pull the strength up out of you. The only thing is God paired you guys together to build, to grow together, to change each other's lives. This person didn't understand that they were supposed to change your life by changing themselves. They changed your life by staying the same. The thing they didn't understand is that you were still going to grow regardless of how they chose to change, or if they chose to change or not. See, they thought that they can stunt your growth. They thought that if they did what they did and they knew how to do destruction perfect, they was perfect at destruction. They knew that was their language. Destruction, destroy, hurt, kill, block. They know those words to perfection. So when they saw you, they thought they can stunt your growth. When they saw that you were a little gullible, they thought that they can stunt your growth. Because you wanted to cooperate. You wanted things to work. You wanted to work together. You wanted to love the right way. You wanted this person to see that you was going to be a great asset to their life. The problem is they didn't truly want an asset to their lives. They went up against God. They went up against what they asked for from God. This is why a lot of people are living in turmoil. Because they prayed for something that they didn't cherish, that they didn't love. They got it and they know they got it. When they seen you, they felt different. See, they went against their own heart when they got you because they knew they loved you. They knew you were amazing, but they didn't want to admit to it. They didn't want to pull out the love that they had for you. So they pretended to have no love for you. This is why God is punishing them for, because God sees the heart. When God knows your heart, you can't hide from a God. Now you can hide from everybody else, but you can't hide from God. So God's seen their actions and God's seen their heart. This is why the punishment is going to be so harsh, because they went against their heart. And when you make it hard for God to read your heart, God leaves you to your own understanding. When your actions don't line up with your heart, that's when God has to let you do what you want to do. They knew they loved you. You were too pure to not love. Good advice, always there, supportive. They knew you were these things. Jokester, made them laugh, made them smile all the time. Fun every time they was around you. But destroyed it by acting like you were a tyrant in their life. They didn't want to see you as a good person. They purposely looked at you as a bad person. Because they later on thought that would block you. God already had your ascension plan, so regardless of what they thought they were doing, there was no way to block you. What they say, when God has what God has for you, no one can take it. What God has for you, no one can take it. So when a person is sitting here thinking, oh, I'm going to do this so they can't get here. I'm going to do this so they can't do this. I'm going to do this. All they're doing is blocking their own blessings. Because the more they do to you, especially when God has a plan for your life, the more that God is going to do to them. And the problem with so many people is they don't believe that God is going to do something because they don't see it at that moment. This is why a lot of people build up so much karma, because they don't see what's going to happen to them at that moment. God is not going to hit you right then and there. God has his times where he's going to deal with you. And at the same time he's going to deal with you, he's protecting those that you're trying to come up against. And you don't even see it. Because you think you're getting away with something, because at that moment in time, it may look like you're getting away with something. A week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year passed by. You start to see the results and they're not in your favor. Because God kept telling you to stop. God gave you every sign in the world to stop doing what you were doing. That's what he gave to them. They didn't want to listen. They planned out your destruction. They planned to destroy you. They knew what they wanted to do to you. They had it mapped out. After they seen how they seen that you were gullible, a little gullible, or you wanted things to be good. See, people only search after people that want things to be good. When you're a person that wants to love the right way, when you're a person that is on the right track, when you're a person that does the right things, when you're a person that is willing to work with a person, people love to play on heartstrings, manipulate, lie to a person of that magnitude because they know or they think they know that you're easy. This is what they tell themselves. You're easy. This person's easy. We'll have them. They're gonna be there. See, they thought you were gonna be there. That's why this is so hard for them today because they thought that you were always gonna be there to play on, to play against. When you got up and stood up for yourself and told them, I'm no longer taking this. See, in the background, they went and they laughed because they thought they could do whatever. No matter what they did, they thought they can do whatever. You already knew half of the stuff they did, and you probably know most of the stuff they did. You still know what they're doing now. This is why they think you're demonic. They think you're a demon because you know things before it happens. See, they don't understand how people have that power. It's funny how half of these people try to act like, oh, they know that there's a God, but you don't think that God gives people power? Oh, you know that there's a God. You go to church all of the time and you act like who are you praising to? We know who they're praising to. But ask them, and they'll act like they're praising the same God that you're praising. So if they're praising the same God that you're praising, they should know that your God is going to give people power. But because they see you with it, they don't think that it's real because they didn't want to crown you as being real. To them, you were a joke. They didn't want to commit to what you guys had. So they kept playing in the background. They always kept somebody in the background. Because to them, you were a joke. They knew they could have you. They knew that you was the best thing they've ever had, but in their head, they felt like they were always going to have you. So they could keep a couple people in the background. They could do what they want. They could take you to court. They could send you to jail. They can flop you around and put you in a chair. Do this, do the hokey pokey and turn around. They thought they could do that to you because they thought you was gullible. You were never going to leave. Now they are stuck. Because God uses the people that you wouldn't believe he's going to use for your destruction. You are your own reason for your own demise. People don't understand it. They don't understand that they're killing themselves. The funny thing about it now is they don't know what move is going to destroy them to the point where there's no return. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what move is going to hit them. They think that you're doing something to them. They're living this life and they think that you done did something to them. They can't live comfortably because they know everything that they did and they tried on you. The lies, the conflict, the arguments, the cheating. Trying to destroy you. They know time after time, the several years that they sat in your life and they tried to destroy you. And God gave you to them as a blessing. They knew you were good. But they went against what they asked for. This is why God is not giving them nothing else. This is why they're cut off. They're cut off from God's inheritance. They're cut off. It's like when you have that rich parent and you go into college and the rich parent gives you access to the bank account. And you got all of this money. And then when you do something, that rich parent call and say, you did this, I'm cutting you off from the account. You gotta go and get it on your own. You're getting too old to be doing stuff like this. Now you need to go get it on your own. That's what God has done to them. They don't know what move is coming next. Their life is in turmoil, total shreds. And all they can think of is trying to hurt you, and they're trying to harm you even more because they think the reason for why they're going through what they're going through is you. No, God gave them signs all through you guys' relationship or friendship or whatever you had. He gave them signs, and they didn't want to follow the signs. They didn't want to listen. They could care less about the signs. Now God is attacking because of the signs, and the karma's not going to stop anytime soon. See, they hate you because they want to believe that it's not God, because they're going to church now trying to be a good little kitty. Let me be a good little cat. Let me go to church. Meow. Let me go to church, and I use the cat because just as nice as a cat can be, they can backstab you. And that's them. They can betray you. That's them. Going to church acting like they've always been connected to God, trying to lead certain things in the church, trying to be that person. And still haven't changed because they still have destroying you on the brain, because they think that you're the reason for what's going on in their life. And they don't, all they need to do is look at their own moves. And they'll find the reason. The lying, the cheating, the do everything that they've done is the reason why they're in the situation that they're in. But they keep on blaming you. Because the only thing they can think of is getting away with it. They didn't get away with it, so they blame you. Because they're still so self-centered that instead of growing and trying to change and heal, no, their healing is pointed towards you, because they only want to heal if they can get away with something. And you can't heal if you're trying to get away with destruction. And since they can't get away with destruction, they keep pointing right back to you. It goes right back to you. It's a circle of life, like in Lion King. They keep going back to you. You are the common denominator in everything that's happening in their life. That's what they think. But it's them. But they keep looking at you. They're stuck and fascinated. They're obsessed about you because they don't know how to heal. If they only thought about going to heal, they would know that they could get out of this. But they don't think they can get out of this because they keep coming back to you because they didn't get away with nothing. They keep trying to think of why I didn't get away with this. Why didn't this happen? Why didn't I get away with this? Why is all of this stuff happening in my life? Because they're so used to getting away with bull crap, that they don't know what to do with their life. Bullcrap has ran their life. And now they can't get away with bullcrap. God is forcing them to change. And they think it's you forcing them to change. They think you put spell work or a hex on them or something. And all you're doing is living your life. No, you told them that you're so connected to God that God is going to tell you what's going to happen to them. God is going to give you a seat at the table of your enemies to watch them fall apart. I tried to tell you. They don't know what's going to hit them. And they're scared of it. So they're scared of you because they don't know what's going to hit them. So their plan right now is to try to get back with you and still try to destroy you again. Because now, after they did what they did, now they're actually scared of you. So now they feel like destroying you is going to put their life back on the map. So then they can go and be who they were before. But that life is over. They don't understand that God destroyed that life when they brought you. When God brought you in their life, that life was finished. And it was supposed to be finished the right way by them changing and healing with you in the process. Because they know you went through stuff and they know that they went through stuff. So you guys coming together and healing each other was supposed to be the process. But they messed up the process because they didn't want to heal. They wanted to lie, cheat, and do all of this stuff because they seen their friends and family in the club one night, and it told them, "Oh, you see that girl, that guy you with, that girl you with, girl? Oh, we could play them." Got up in their head, and they took that and they ran with it, made a plan to destroy you with the friends and family members, even some church members, and some of your family. Who knows? You only know your story. But this is